So we will start with this tune that some of you may know, and some of you may know a slightly different version of it. It goes like this. I da da da, I da da da, I da da da, da da da, da da ya da da, I da ya da 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 da. Go with me. I da da da, I da da da, I da da da, da da da, ya da da, ya da da, da ya da 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 da. One more time. I da da da, I da da da, I da da da, da da da, ya da da, ya da da, ya da 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 ya da 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 da. One more time. I da da da, I da da da. Straighten up. I da da da, da da da, da da da, ya da 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 ya da 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 da. Second bit. I ya da da, ya da da, ya da da, ya da 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 da, ya da da, ya da da, da 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 ya da 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 da. One more time. I ya da da, ya da da, ya da da, da 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 da, ya da da, da da da, ya da 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 ya da 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 da. Now I see that people are hearing each other, so I'm going to mute you because it may be a bit of a nightmare if you hear each other. I know, not in a quiet situation, but here. And I can't hear what's happening because to me it's just me and your faces. So some of you might know a variation of this tune, and we will talk a bit about variations in folk music today, versions and variations. I personally learned this tune from Adrian Cooper and Zalman Mlotek in St. Petersburg in 2001. And I know that in Kles Canada and in Ashkenaz Festival there is a whole tradition of people walking backwards and playing musical instruments, walking backwards and playing and singing, a whole big march, a whole big procession of these participants, sometimes a couple hundred people singing this tune. Is slightly different. So if you hear me sing it slightly differently this time, or you have a different version, go for it. I da da da, I da da da, I da da da, ya da da, ya da da, ya da da, ya da 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 ya da 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 da. A section. I da da da, I da da da, I da 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 ya da da, ya da 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 ya da 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 da. Second bit. I ya da da, ya da da, ya da da, da 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 da, ya da 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 da, da 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 ya da 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 da. One more time. welcome everyone. I hope this is it. This is our group, a lovely group of 30 people. Wonderful. Let me just have a quick show of hands from new people. Who is new? If you're here for the first time, completely first time, anyone? One? Okay, well, welcome. Right, Stephen. So it says Stephen. You're not Stephen. All right, welcome. So, and we have a couple of people who are here for the second time. Welcome, everyone. So the first thing we do, we will look at a melody of this lovely Yiddish song, which I know my Yiddish choirs have sung before. It may be slightly different, as always. This is folk culture. And we will look just at the tune. It's a beautiful folk song about love, about poverty, about just wanting to be together, and you know, all that business that folk people wrote songs about. So let me take you to my screen. I added a second file just a kind of half an hour before our session. I don't know how many of you have it. We are going to look at a second file now, a different file. Not the main big file, but this one. Can you see it? Can you see it on the screen? Yeah? Yeah. So we're just going to look at the melody, and here is the melody. That's the kind of main skeleton melody that is known to a lot of people. There are two versions, two main versions I personally know. One is Ruth Rubin, and another one is from the Beregovskys, from Moshe Beregovsky, a collector of Yiddish songs. Slightly different, so we're going to look at a combination of these two things today. This is our tune. We're going to la 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 through it all the way. Just now, let's go together, la la la. La la. So let me just admit 2 more people to the room and mute everyone. One more time. Try to memorize it. Try to memorize it. Okay. Oh, this new Zoom is driving me mad. Okay. Now I can't see my music. Here we go. Right, here. Hope you can see it. Let's go. Da, 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 Let me see your faces. How is that? Working for you? I know that some of you are completely new to this song, but let's see if we can sing at least just the main kind of skeleton of the tune together now. I will try to do this, and let me ask you, when I move my hand, does it go after my sound or does it go before my sound for you? It's a bit tricky. I'll try to conduct a bit earlier, right? So to indicate where the tune goes. We're singing that lower key one more time now, okay? La wasn't exact, I know. I wasn't exact, maybe it's one of the tunes you have there. So let's look at the text, the known text, and the text that I believe my choirs sang. And we will look at just the text, no music, and I'll try to put at least one verse to the music we kind of know. You know that folklore is mostly oral tradition, and like the niggun we sang, we started with, when I turned up in Ashkenaz Festival in 2005, thinking I know the tune and everyone were gathering together to sing and play it, I understood that my version of the tune, the one I learned in Ukraine, wasn't the same as people knew in Toronto. So that's between 4 years, and one teacher here, another teacher there. So imagine what happens with folk songs through the hundreds of years that they live. So, papir, right? You see it in the first column. In transliteration, you see it in Yiddish. And I think Yiddish is pretty close. I haven't checked every single character, but it's pretty close to the transliteration. Let's go together in the rhythm of the song. 1, 2. Papier ist doch weiß und Tint ist doch schwarz. We'll have to play with emphasis and somebody else is joining, and gaps. Next line, 1, 2. Zu dir mein süß Leben zieht doch mein Herz. Let's translate this. Papier, paper, is doch weiß, is white, und Tint and ink is doch schwarz, is black. Zu dir, to you, mein süß Leben, and with Leben we close our mouth into Leben. Yeah, instead of N we pronounce an M. My sweet love, my sweet life. Zit kind of is torn, is driven. Doch mein Herz, my heart is driven to you. Next line, 1, 2. Ich wollt ständig gesessen, 3 Tage noch anand, zu kuschen dein schön Ponem und zu halten dein Hand. So I sit here 3 days endlessly, one after another, zu kuschen, to just kissing your, I want to sit here endlessly, just to kiss dein schön Ponem, your beautiful face, and zu halten, and to hold dein Hand, your hand. That nice text, I think we can try and put it together. It's a bit strange with syllables not being exact. Do what you can, okay? Okay, let's go together the way we can. Papier ist doch weiß und Tint ist doch schwarz. Zu dir, mein süßes Leben, zieht zu halten deine Hand. Nice tune, isn't it? What do you think? Lovely little tune, isn't it? So are you coping with the melody? Somebody else is joining. Are you coping with the tune? Are you okay with the tune, more or less? Huh? Yeah? With that version, we're just staying on the first verse, and so that's what we've sung, and I'll show you the other text in a minute. So, as you know, when we write classically, when we transcribe music, there isn't that much space for Jewish ornamentation, for Yiddish ornamentation. And if we talk about Jewish ornaments, vocal ornaments, there is one that we absolutely have to talk about. And once you hear it, it suddenly becomes stylistically very kind of special, very Yiddish. And it's a krekhtsn, it's a groan, a sigh, a sob. Yeah, it's an oi. So, this thing, right? I keep talking about it, but please forgive me those who know. We absolutely have to do it. But the thing is that in the main melody just now, we didn't see it. So how do we know when to put these krekhtsn? We know it from text. We know it from the places where we need to emphasize the meaning. So I invite you to do it one more time and to just try these weeps, these little whooks with me. I will be putting them all over the place, yeah? Same version for now. You can just do lie, 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 la, la, lie, 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 right? Any way you like for now, yeah? Before we go to the more sophisticated transcription of the melody in our next version. So, I'm keeping you on this page. Or just enjoy the tune, eh? Do what you like. Papier ist doch weiß und Tint ist doch schwarz. Zu dir, mein süßes Leben, zieht doch mein Herz. Ich woll ständig gesessen, 3 Tage noch an Hand, zu kuschen dein schöner Ponym und zu halten dein Hand. How is that? I didn't only do a krekhtsn, I did some other little things, dreidel and that. So improvise, yeah? Do what you like. I'm taking you to the next page. So this is Moshe Beregovsky, and what he did, he transcribed every single verse. And I even suspect that the informant, as we say, the person who he recorded, wasn't quite sure of the last verse. We will get there, hopefully, because there is an at the end, as if there's some text missing, but I left it like that. So, we're looking at this first verse here. Papier ist doch weiß. See that ta-ta, ta-ta. And what's it called, like an emphasis in the music. Yata, ta-ta, yeah? Yata, ta-ta. That's almost always a krekhtsn. Papier ist doch weiß, weiß, weiß. So you swing your intonation upwards without necessarily singing a higher note, okay? Now let's slowly try and go through this verse. You could do it with text, you could do it without text. To be honest, I'll be quite challenged because I'll be transposing and reading the text I don't know, the music I don't know by heart. Let's try. Pa, 1, 2. Papier ist doch weiß und see, I messed it up. Tint should be the next on the beat, yeah? Tint, okay? Let's go again. 1, 2. Papier ist doch weiß und Tint ist doch schwarz. Like that or something like that. Let's carry on. Zu dir, mein Geliebte, zieht sich mein Herz. What do you think? Yeah? What do you think? And you have the slide. Die. Okay? Let's do this two first lines again. I like it. And it's slightly different text. I hope you can
Polina.
Somebody's talking. Let me hear you. What you're saying. Who is that?
Too high. It's too high.
Too high. It's the same key as we just did. Come on. We can't go any lower. Skip the high notes, okay? Who is now? We need to switch everyone. Please mute everyone. Yeah, mute yourselves. Up here, let's try again. Skip the high notes if they're too high. Skip the low notes if they're too low. Improvise. 1, 2. Papier ist doch weiß und Tinte ist doch schwarz. Interesting. I may not be exact, but something like that. Let's go next one. 1, 2. Zu dir, mein Geliebte, zieht sich mein Herz. Ich wollt nur gesessen, 3 Tage noch an Hand, zu gucken nur in deine Egelech und glätten dir deine Hand. Again, I may not be following it exactly, but you can see that it's much more varied, much more embellished, much more tricky, complicated, but improvised like that, right? A folk vocalist would just improvise these ornaments, this phrasing. I want to quickly translate an alternative text here, just so we know what we're singing. It's very similar. Papier ist doch weiß und Tinte ist doch schwarz, so it's the same. Paper is white, ink is black. Zu dir, mein Geliebter, to you, mein beloved Geliebter. Zieht doch mein Herz, my heart is going, yeah, is torn, is driven. Ich wollte nur gesessen 3 Tage, I would like to sit here for 3 days without an end. Now, zu gucken nur, to look only in deine Egelach, into your eyes, just to look in your eyes, und glätten dir, and to stroke for you dein hand, your hand, okay? Slightly different text. How are we doing? We're doing okay. We could look at one more verse. Let me see your faces. What do you think? One more verse? Okay? Yeah? Okay. Which verse? Let me just see. It's just so beautiful. I'll take you to the last verse because something interesting happens there. Something that makes me think that either the informant was very creative or forgot how the song went. Look at it. This is number 4. It doesn't quite work, that text. Dein Miene, dein Schmeichel, your face, your Schmeichel, your smile, dein edle Figur, your elegant figure. Oi, sag mir, du Oig, tell me, you eye, was is mit dir der Meer? What's with you? He's talking to the eye. As wenn du lachst, when you laugh, mit groß Freude, with great joy, dann rührt von dir a Träer, you shed a tear pours out of you. And then we have oi 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 in the text. See, it's funny. It's not how a composer would put music to text to music. Now, let's just look at the music because it's interesting as well. No text. Just la la la. La 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 la. See, it's already different. Go for it. Next. da, ya, da, 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 ya, da, 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 da. See, completely new material. And if you see the whole song, it doesn't appear until the fourth verse at all. Very interesting. Let's sing these first two phrases and carry on to the end of this verse, just the tune. 1, 2. La, 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 la. La 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 What do you think? Very twisted and very, it comes from nowhere, that major bit. Let's try and sing it with text. Yeah? So those who are not familiar with Yiddish, stick to just the tune. I like that major twist there at the end. It gets more expressive, changes the whole thing. Dein mi, 1, 2. Dein mine, dein schmeichel, dein edle Figur. Oi, sog je mir, du Oig, was is mit dir der Meer? As wenn du lachst mit groß Freude, dein rührt von dir a Träer. Ai, oi, 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 oi. Ai, oi, 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 oi. Nice, huh? I like it like this. It's fun. Now, we have, we have 17 minutes, so we can enjoy the song now. I won't give you any more text for it, okay? If you want it, it's there. If you haven't got the second file, it's on the website now. So you have both. So I invite you to sing both the original, the first file that's closer to the Ruth Rubin, and then the Beregovsky. So we'll sing first verse, and then I'll switch you to the other text. We'll sing the first verse and the second in the Beregovsky, and then the last one. Trust me, just leave it with me. I'll take you through it. She said. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Here. And you can sing your own versions of the tune. Papier ist doch weiß und Tint ist doch schwarz. Zu dir, mein süßes Leben, zieht doch mein Herz. Ich wollt ständig gesessen, 3 Tage noch an Hand, zu kuschen dein schön Ponym und zu halten dein Hand. Papier ist doch weiß und Tint ist doch schwarz. Zu dir, mein Geliebter, Ich wollt nur gesessen, dei träg noch anhand, zu gucken nur in deine Egelich und glätten dir dein Hand. Dein Miene, dein Schmeichel, dein edle Figur. Oi, sagst mir, du so goig, was ist mit dir der mehr, als wenn du lachst mit groß Freude, dein rührt von dir anderer. Yeah, I'm not used to it. How are you coping? I may have made a couple of interpretations, right? That's what folk culture is good for. Okay, if anyone wants to switch on and say something, how are you feeling? How are you today? How is this Yiddish song for your current mood? How does it feel? Say something, come on, anyone, quick.
I'd be really interested to do the last verse of the slightly easier version about oh God, please hear my plea, because it would help my mood.
All right. So this is Ben from the Breitenhof Yiddish Choir, and here is Ben's request, the fourth verse in that text. Actually, I can agree with you. Yes, it's a lovely verse that doesn't exist in the version in the other version. So look at this. We are looking at Ach du lieber Gott here. In the middle of your page. Now, please mute. I'm hearing someone. Please make sure you're muted. So look at this. Ach du lieber Gott, hör ist mein Verlang, or you, dear God, listen, hear my plea. Dem Oisher gist to COVID, it's not COVID, it's COVID. to the rich, you give honor, lots of honor, and a sheinem gang and a nice kind of path, yeah, journey in life. Oi mir gib a stibele, give me a little house with them grows them green and with green grasses, on the green grass, as ich mit mein sis leben, so that me and my sweet love sollen wohnen darin could live there. It's just so nice. I invite you to just try singing it with me, just whatever you can follow. Alternatively, do la la la's. Let me just make sure, 1 second, that everyone is muted because I'm hearing people. Right, now, fourth verse, let's see if we can just sing it, yeah? So, you can find it, right? Ach du. Ach du, lieber Gott, Herr, ois mein Verlang, dem Oischer gehst du Oi mir gib a stibele, auf dem groß, dem grünem, als ich mit mein sis leben, sollen wohnen derinnen. I got suspicious about mir give mir. Oi, where is it? Oi, let me see. Oi, I can't find that verse now in the Yiddish. Ach, du lieber Gott. Oi, gib a stibela. Oh, mir gib a stibela. Mir gib a stibela. To me, give a little house. Okay, now we're going to bring everything together. It'll be, let's say, a big sing, 5 verses, as if we know this whole song. But we will jump between the 2 different variations. And please don't be too strict with me, because I'll be doing my own options as well, my own versions. So we will sing the first verse. You know what? Let's sing the first and the fourth verse from the text file. The melody, you sing the melody as you like. Then we'll go to the Beregovsky version, sing the first and the fourth verse together again, and then maybe hum together. Okay, let's go. Now I might take you to a slightly higher key at some point, just to please some of these higher voices here. I'm sorry, just do what you can, okay? Sing lower, sing higher, sing harmonies. So I'm trying to please everyone, so we might sing higher 1 or 2 verses. First verse. Papier ist doch weiß und Tint ist doch schwarz. Zu dir mein süßes Leben zieht doch mein Herz. Ich wollt ständig gesessen, 3 Tage noch anhand, zu kuschen dein schön Pony und zu halten dein Hand. Ach du lieber Gott, Herr, ois mein Vaterland, dem Oischer gehst du Covid mit a schönem Gang. Oi, mir gib a Stiebel auf dem großen Grünen, als ich mit mein süßes Leben sollen wohnen darinnen. So be quite high for some of you. Papier ist doch weiß und die Tinte ist doch schwarz. Zu dir, mein Geliebter, zieht sich mein Herz. Ich wollt nur gesessen, 3 Tage noch anhand, zu gucken nur in deine Augen und glätten dir dein Hand. I'm taking you right down to a very low key. Dein Mienen, dein Schmeichel, deine edle Figur. Oi, sag mir, du Oig, was ist mit dir der Meer? Als wenn du lachst nicht mit groß Freude, dann rührt von dir a Träer. Oi, 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 something like this. Okay. Now let me see you. We have 3 minutes. I have to quickly tell you a couple of things. We will sing it one more time, maybe one verse. A couple of things are, first of all, thank you everyone who have paid. Some of you are paying me more than you need, and thank you very much. It really, really helps me. Another thing is that some of you are helping with promotion, and it's great to have 37 people here today. Fantastic, excellent. But you know, not everyone can make it every time, so if we could get lots of people to join us, keep spreading the news, but please don't put the password for the Zoom link anywhere in public, so we don't have anyone crashing, you know, our little party. So put the link to my website. That's the best thing to do. Another thing, that on Wednesday I will be, Merlin, my husband, and I will be doing an event for Yiddish Fest. That's based in Florida, but that's great news, is that we can take part in a Florida-based festival, playing accompaniment to black and white silent film from 1929, about the same time, maybe a bit earlier than this. It's on my website as well. It's an interesting film about a Yiddish shtetl and this Cossacks trying to mess it all up. Anyway, it's a fun story, not very fun story, but an interesting film to watch with live accompaniment. Come to that, 5 Brides. Some of you have seen it. And the last thing I want to say is that that's it. So Thursday for the Russian song, and we are finishing with singing this tune with text one time through, first verse only, and then la 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 together, this first verse. Papier ist doch weiß und Tint ist doch schwarz. Zu dir, mein süßes Leben, zieht doch mein Herz. Ich wollt ständig gesessen, 3 Tag noch anand, zu kuschen dein schön Podium und zu halten dein Halt. I see people accompanying you. I hope you can jump keys just as much as I'm jumping here on the piano. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again. I like the song. I hope you enjoyed it too. Now, I cannot unmute you. Please unmute yourself. Say thank you. Say hello to everyone. Say goodbye to everyone. You can do it now. Bye.
Hello, goodbye. Hooray.
Shane and Dan. Shane and Dan. Thank you.